Oh, no. Oh, no. It's over. It's over. No more Panda Lee, no more anything with her. Folks, for those of you who have had the grave, heartbreaking misfortune of reading this tweet, you know what's in store. You know what's going on here. Panda Lee has left Phil. Well, we don't know. We don't know if it was a mutual agreement, like him leaving Machinima, or him sticking it to her, like him sticking it to Poltavi, or her sticking it to him. Well. Anyways, I wanted to take a break from the Phil stuff for a little while, mainly because nothing that he's said in the past week or so has really rustled my jimmies, so to speak. You know, a lot of shit has happened to him the past week. He's been trolled a lot. He's had a lot of people kind of speculate on, well, what I'm going to talk about briefly here, and he's had to deal with quite a bit. So I figured I'd cut him a little slack. So I guess this will be the first of maybe we'll see how many videos I make like this. Let's call it a drama roundup. Because this is big, and I only want to tackle the big subjects. And, like always, I don't really want to do too much research. I don't want to look behind the scenes, because you can find the inconsistencies. You can find the issues just by looking on the surface. And, as it were, this was only on Twitter, and there's probably not going to be any videos on this, because, like I said, if you've read this, you know what's coming up. Let's hit this link. Yes, it's true that Leanna and I have something. Let me resize that. Since there's a ton of speculation, and it makes sense to clear it up, yes, it's true that Leanna and I have broken up. We broke up a while ago. It's an interesting way to have a wedding. And she moved out 2 weeks ago. We purposely agreed to keep it quiet to prevent any unnecessary drama on either side. Being that we both have public personas, social media presence, and we're still on good speaking terms. Well, obviously, if they broke up a while ago, and it was before everything that happened that I covered in my my other video about Leanna's trip to the hospital, then obviously he still wants to be there in the limelight to help her out when she's in trouble. It's a personal matter. That's why I'm putting it on Twitter. And they're dealing with behind-the-scenes occurrences and feelings that, quite frankly, are nobody's business. Wish Leanna the best. Still talk to her regularly. And we'd both appreciate it if you respect our privacy on this matter. As in, don't bother asking for details because you won't get them. Well, you know what's going to happen. You know the minute you type this out what was going to happen. People are going to dig. People are going to dig. They're going to find out as much as they can. If she's completely independent again, if she doesn't need you anymore, who's to say that she won't want to dish out the dirt? I mean, it's kind of a low blow. But after what you said, and after the details that you gave about her hospital visit, after you sunk to the lowest common denominator, Phil, why would she want to talk to you anymore? Why would anyone want to put up with that? Why would anyone want to put up with any of your nonsense? Well, I'm sure the resolution on this is awful. I don't really care that much. But, well, let's go back to the regular format. I don't necessarily have a video to respond to. I was panning through a couple of his previous ones, and I paused it on this face, which I figured is a good one. And I want to touch base on a couple of other things that have happened to Phil this week. It won't be, quite the same as my other videos, but figured I'd, catch up a little bit, because God knows I'm always late to the frickin' party. So let's see what the hell happened this week. This week in preview was just him talking about games, complaining about shit comments again, And, well, basically, in some of his streams, the minute people brought up Panda Lee, he would mute them. If you've seen the streams, you know what I'm talking about. His Friday the 13th streams where the people are coming in and they're talking about Phil and all of his nonsense. But the second they bring her up, he starts muting them. So, either the guy's really hurting genuinely over his loss. But, I mean, we don't know. We don't know when they broke up. 2 weeks ago, she moved out. Probably with good reason. I mean, she's probably back in the hospital dealing with, well, I was going to say battered wife syndrome, but hey, I don't know that. So we had people troll him on Twitter. Lots of stuff going on there. Watched it, mildly entertaining. I didn't watch a lot of it, but I did. He talked about his car and his new car and why he didn't want to disclose a lot of details there about his new car. The reason for that's pretty straightforward. He's got a cheaper car now. He's not going to tell you the details if he's saving money. He's only going to tell you about it when he's losing money or there's other things going on. I'm honestly surprised he didn't make a video or doesn't want to make a video about this, but the amount of shit that this guy just doles out is just obnoxious, and I don't even know that I'd want to watch a video because then that's just him using his breakup to garner more sympathy. It's any little last-ditch effort he can to get you to come back on his side and understand how bad his life is. Because not only will you empathize and sympathize, but you might have a couple bucks here or there to spare to send this way. What the hell else happened this week? I don't know. If you haven't noticed, I have a tendency to drink a lot when I do these videos, and it's been nice giving my liver a little bit of a break, relatively speaking. Still drink for other real life things. So what does the future hold? Well, let's do what I do best, and that's baseless speculation. He's basically lost an income source, effectively. Now, I don't know what's going to happen here with this, because if Leanna's moved out, if she's gone, she's obviously not going to be, paying him rent anymore. He's basically lost whatever she contributed to the household. Even if she kept all of her own money, even if he was the one running everything, I'm sure she did chores or she helped around the house when she could. I don't know. But he's losing effectively a lazy maid at the bare minimum. And at the maximum, someone who helped with payments, someone who gave a lot. I don't know. But I suppose now that I'm on Twitter, looking at Phil's Twitter, we could peek around, but I don't feel like it. I said I wasn't going to look at Twitter until he pointed at the link down on the bottom. So, there you go. Now, again, he's out income, he's out, well, who knows? I'm sure their relationship wasn't that intimate. They talked about it in the past. They would sit on either side of the giant sectional couch. I wonder why even bring it up? Why tell us? Why not let it just fizzle out? Why not let it, not be an issue? People will bring it up, I suppose, every now and again. Hey, we haven't seen Panda Lee. Haven't mentioned her in a while. What's going on? And then it's just like, oh, this happened, but gotta play the cards when they're hot, I guess. Lordy, what a mess. I feel better. I feel better for her. I think any of us can do better. Any of us can do better than Phil. Any of us can do better than someone who has to beg week after week. Someone who has to cry and cause all kinds of drama with well, everything he touches. And good for her for moving on. I believe he said it was a breakup in the Twitter. I suppose I could peek at it one more time. Breakup. Broken up. That's what it says. I'm getting Machinima flashbacks. I am. I really am. But there you have it. I don't know where else to go from here. I don't know. He said YouTube comments were a cesspool. He wants to turn them off on his videos. He's got likes and dislikes disabled. Yeah, why not? Just get rid of them. But you know what isn't a cesspool? Are the comments on my videos. I suppose as long as I'm talking about this, I want to thank you all so much for the views, for the love. I appreciate it. And I know this one's not as, exciting as the other ones, but I wanted to make the little push. I wanted to strike while the iron was hot and not be late to the party for once. So there you have it. Leanna's out of the picture. Phil is all by his lonesome in a house that was too big for two people. It's definitely big for one person. What do we think? Do you think there's going to be another girlfriend in the future? Do you think there's going to be a... You think he's going to be able to get his money back on that engagement ring? He ordered it on what, Etsy? It was only a couple $100. Shit, I got nothing to say. It's depressing, but I think we all saw it coming. Which is the worst kind of thing. You can't even feel bad for this guy. I want to feel bad for him. I want to feel bad for anyone who has lost a partner of that long. And I can't do it. You bring this shit onto yourself, Phil. You really do. I don't know. That's all I got to say. 12 minutes of filler, I suppose. One other brief thing, just so I can prove to you all that I can say it. The word is vague. I'm going to start saying vag. Fuck all of you.